I love the UFC too, like I said. Man, UFC. Love watching dudes beat the shit out of each other. I watch the women too. I'm progressive. Whoever wants to beat the shit out of each other, I will watch it. I wish I didn't love it so much. I wish I was like, oh, that's too barbaric for me, but I just love it. These guys are just, and gals, they're just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, the way they fight, it's just insane. And it's so exciting to watch. The commentators yell so loud. My wife hates it when I watch it, because we just live in an apartment. When I'm watching UFC on the TV, like, that sound is filling the whole apartment. And the commentators are yelling because they're excited. And my wife was like, do they have to yell so loud, the commentators? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. 100%. You know how creepy this sport would be if they were whispering like golf commentators? It would be the creepiest sport on the planet. Oh, yes, he's kicked him in the face, and oh, yes, the blood is pouring down his face now. He's wrapped him up in a rear naked choke, and yes, he's sliding into unconsciousness. Did I just watch a snuff film? What the hell was that? No, they have to be yelling. That's what makes it okay. Although I would love to see the opposite. I would love to see golf commentators bringing some of that UFC enthusiasm to their commentating. It's like, you see how hard he fucking drove that ball? Holy shit. Man, he missed that putt by 2 inches. He must be fucking pissed right now. I would watch that. Tried to get my buddy into the UFC. He's a big sports fan, but he doesn't watch UFC at all. Didn't think it was like a real sport. I tried to tell him, I was like, it's a real, like, tactical, strategical, it's a sport. I tried to get him into it. He watched a couple fights with me. Then he had an observation. He wasn't trying to be, like, hateful or anything. He just noticed. He was like, you gotta admit, like, when the guys are fighting, it kind of looks like they're having gay sex. And I was like, gay sex? Buddy, I don't know what kind of gay sex you've been watching, but you need to report that to the authorities immediately. That is not what it's supposed to look like. I'm no expert, but I don't think gay sex should end with a spinning roundhouse kick to the temple, you know? Just my opinion. There might be gay people in the UFC, of course there are, but the actual fighting is not gay. There's no room for arousal in the octagon, you know what I mean? You gotta have your wits about you at all times. If you got a boner in the middle of a fight, just hanging out there all willy-nilly, no way. Very susceptible to a submission attempt. Okay? Your opponent would have you in a penis bar in no time. You're done. The dreaded penis bar. Nothing you can do. Just gotta hope you go limp before he breaks it. That's the only way out. Just start thinking about your grandma and shit. Oh my God, I got harder. I'm concussed. I'm confused. I love when a fighter doesn't speak English, when they need an interpreter, a translator. Those translators got a lot of power. I've seen them go rogue before. Where you're like, that's not what that guy just said. I saw this dude, this guy was clearly already knocked out. Like, he knocked the dude out, but he threw 2 extra punches on this guy's unconscious face. It was hard to watch. The interviewer comes in to talk to him after, and he's like, it seemed like there was something personal with this victory. Was this personal for you? The translator took that, repeated it to the fighter in his native language, and the fighter answers, he's like, The translator's like, no, nothing personal. Fighter grabs the mic back. Translator's like, and give my regard to his mother. That wasn't regards.